Probably not. All right. Hopefully you guys can hear me. Yeah, because I forgot I had this connected to my doggone car, and since it wasn't started up, it probably didn't. But good morning, y'all. I felt like I needed to get on here because y'all, I was just having a very turbulent time completing my test. I kept telling y'all it's something is telling me to get up and to leave my place. And I was like, is this Holy Spirit? But it definitely didn't seem like the Holy Spirit was telling me to move right then. I keep seeing stuff about moving, but I've learned that you have to move in God's timing. So, and also that sometimes the enemy knows that you've adhered to the move, but he will want you to go early or hold off and go late. So, that's what I was on. I was just like, hey, I'm just gonna go ahead, pray about it. Oh my gosh, what is going on, y'all? What's going on with my thing right here? Yeah, I was gonna go ahead, pray about it, keep it moving. Why is this car going out? I was just trying to go in. So weird. I got all this traffic. And so, yeah, I was like, time to move. I know it's time to move. I already know because some of it's like I'm getting fed up with certain things. I don't feel like I can move freely, and I feel like I'm growing. But the other thing I noticed is that while I was doing this, and while things were going, things were going the way it was going. I noticed that I was around certain people that God had to bring to my remembrance again, because you're like, no, maybe this is not working. Yes, I was around some people who God had already told me to stay away from. And shoot, y'all, I'm gonna see if I gotta move this over to the other side. Let me see. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Because this is kind of weird. Okay. I'm going to put this back where it usually is at, because putting it on that side, it's not working. It's just not working, okay? So, excuse me. I'm just going to keep going. Oh, shoot. And so, yeah, God was just, was reminding me that I was supposed to be away from this person. And it was hard for me to be away from this person because this person seemed very nice on the outside. But as time started going, I started seeing more about this person's character and why I couldn't be around this person, because this person wanted to be me. They didn't like me because, they didn't want to be around me just because they liked the attention that I would get. One of the things they would do, is they would get up, and if I had something good to say, they would always try to combat it with something else that they doing. Or if they couldn't top it, they would go and get into this whole sob story and have a whole sob story about themselves, so the attention can be turned off from me to them. And I was just like, am I tripping? Like, no, I gotta be tripping. So I'll be consoling them, and I have to catch myself like, no. That's, I'm not going for that. So, anywho, I also noticed that every time I was around this person, if I was getting a job, somehow this job would go bad. Somehow, this job would tear up. Like, it would fall apart. Things would just go so much chaos. There'd be so much chaos going around it. And I was just like, and that's what made me separate from them, at the beginning. I was like, okay, God, I hear. But then a couple of months went by, and I ended up reconnecting and went back. Well, this last time, God gave me a real confirmation, like, leave or they just gonna tear everything. So I went over to visit with them one time with somebody else, and y'all, I went to their relatives, and one of the things that I had seen was this, it was like a wisdom comb. If y'all, I don't know, if you like from the islands, or even from Africa, what that is. Like, and I saw one of their family members with it. Now, her family is from here. You know, they're originally from here. All of them grew up in the same area, like 7 generations in this city. So I see the calm, I'm like, you know, taking a little step, taking a little breath back, like, nah, I already know I need to, you know, get away. But I looked around in this person's house that we visited. It was just so much weird stuff that was in there that if you didn't know any better, you just think, oh, it's different, it's antique, it's vintage. But I saw, so I was like, okay, and I was like, okay, you know, just do what you need to do, hurry up and get out. Not only that, I noticed that the lady, before I could even say, you know, who I was and everything, this lady just started coming out, describing me, like telling me what I was supposed to do with my life. Like, just, y'all would have thought she was prophetic. I already know how people think. They would have thought that she was prophetic, and it was nothing of that. Oh my goodness, I'm not about to do this. Oh no, what time is it? I'm not sitting in 30 minutes for this. It's not worth it. Oh no, maybe it's moving. Okay. How was that to say? Because enough is enough. I thought, y'all, I was going to have to leave McDonald's because it was not going to happen. All I wanted was a caramel frappe. So anywho, they was going in, but I started looking at everything around them, and I was like, this is why they're having all these setbacks, because they're not letting the Holy Spirit come in. They're letting all this other stuff come in.
Welcome to downtown McDonald's. Go ahead with your order, please.
Hi, can I have a caramel frappe?
What size?
Large.
A large frappe. Anything else?
That's it, ma'am.
All right. If your screen is correct, first one, please.
Thank you. And so, yeah, y'all. It was so cluttered. It was so much stuff in there, and I'm like, okay, people can say, oh yeah, well, you get that when you get older. Yes, granted, that does happen sometimes, but I knew what I was facing. I knew what I saw. I said I knew what I was facing. Well, I didn't know what I was facing. I knew what I saw. And so, you know, I got up and I left. Another thing I noticed is that the area that they was in, it was just, everybody was just at the same level. Everybody was on that whole struggle bus for no reason. Some of them were like, y'all, like out here, at this point in time, they hiring people like crazy. Usually it's not like that, but there's a lot of people who choose just not to work. And not, when I say not to work, they not sitting in the back trying to start no business or trying to start something behind. They just choosing not to work, which is crazy. And so, SpaghettiOs. Do I want to get rid of my pennies? No. And so I was like, shoot. Let's get this out the way. 1, 2, 3. Oh, shoot. Give me 1 second, y'all. Ain't nobody.
All right. If your screen is correct, first one, please. 463.
Was it 463? I'm so sorry. Just
463. Do you have the 3 pennies at least?
Oh yeah, I do.
If you don't have the 63, I'll take the 63
I
too.
actually do get the 6. You know what? Don't worry. Let me get these 3 pennies because it's not that.
Yeah, I at least need the pennies.
Yeah.
I don't have any pennies.
Oh no! You need some change? I get it. I got it in here.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, I got it in here. Matter of fact, I got.
So
Wait a minute.
It's 63. So you got 60 more.
Yeah, I got 60 right in my hand.
Alrighty.
Oh my goodness! I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
Oh my gosh. I love this lady. She is retired, but she's like back at work getting her money. Smart, because she getting paid $20 an hour at McDonald's, y'all.
There you go. Have a nice day.
Thank you. You too. So, y'all, as I was leaving, this lady would not come. Thank you. You too. So as I was leaving, this lady, y'all, this lady wouldn't want to go by me. She didn't want to, and I was so nice. I was so nice in her house, like this lady, and they was like, don't get mad, like, because it's something like she does not like people who are really nice. She only likes people who do crazy stuff. Now her grandchildren are seeing it. So anyhow, I leave because, you know, this is my friend's relative's place. And I noticed, y'all, just from leaving, I know y'all like, well, you should have been doing that yourself. I noticed that just from leaving, it was almost like something had jumped on me, okay? To the point that I was so tired, I was so groggy, I was so agitated, and I was upbeat just 2 seconds ago from being over there from where they was at. I was so groggy, I was so upset, I was so tired, to the point that I didn't want to do nothing. I wanted to lay in my house and just mope. Y'all, that's not even me, y'all. If I cry, something happened, I'm going to still push forward. Y'all see me during the years. I will push forward. I could get shot right now. If I'm still moving, if I'm still living, I'm going to keep moving. You know, like, so I was just like, oh no, this is not a part of me. I noticed that I didn't want to clean the dishes, y'all. I didn't want to go, just from being around it. And not only that, I started noticing some of the things being around this person. I was like, I see the habits, why this person is this way, because you're looking at a generations. You're looking at the generations that are still that way. You know, things just don't happen out of the blue. And another thing that made me correlate with it, because it made me get in connection with it, because you gotta be familiar with what's happening with you, is that I still do have some family members that are very much collectors and try to like hoard stuff. They don't never push out stuff because they stay in fear. If you don't catch yourself, if you don't catch yourself and you don't realize you will be the next statistic, you have to be careful. And this is why I'm making this video. Be careful with the company that you keep. You are the company that you keep. Be careful with it. Be careful. Be careful. I don't care who it is. You know, and I was just like, God has separated me so much that I refuse to go back and live a mediocre and live the same life that I could have already been living in when he's already changed my trajectory. I'm not going back. I'm not going back. You know, you can't tell people that all the time. You can't tell people sometimes this because they don't really get it. They don't really comprehend it. But I promise you, if it didn't, nobody else did, which I know they did, but if don't nobody else comprehend it, I do, because I've seen how God has changed my life. And so be careful. And I mean, I was just so much of a slugger, it just got on my nerves. And it's every time, if I wash myself clean of this woman, because she's a woman, grown woman, even though sometimes she acts very childlike, and I was like, I have to care myself sometimes because I like to have adventure in some of the child things too, but everything needs to be in its proper place. And so I noticed that once I separated from this person, I was more financially stable. Not only was I financially stable, I wasn't dependent on each other people, but my place, everything was getting cleaner. Like, it was getting cleaner. Thing that I noticed about being around this person, I know y'all like, dang, well, that should have been you. That's you. No. The other thing that I noticed about this person is that every time, if I'm not around her for a minute, even if she's around me or she gets in my car or something, I feel something like, ugh. And I was like, is this something like I just don't like this person? Or like, I'm like, you know, because I'm like, that shouldn't come up. But I noticed that it was something spiritual. I would get headaches. I would get nauseous. You know, you got to look out for that. I don't care. My energy draining. You know, Oprah Winfrey said this best. Sometimes people ain't trying to attack you, ain't trying to do all that crazy stuff. They not. But because they haven't cleaned themselves, they haven't taken the time to work on themselves and spiritually get themselves correct, they're still filthy and they're going through all that turmoil. And if you get next to them, you'll be in their vortex. You'll be in their chaotic vortex. So you have to be away from that. And one of my issues is not having that chaotic. I don't have a lot of that chaotic energy necessarily in me. Everybody has some, you know, but I don't have a lot in me. Most of it is dealing with the outside because I always had to go be in situations like that most of the time had no fault of my own, and most of the times with no fault of my own. So automatically your mind tunes into that. Your mind tunes into that automatically, you know. And I was just looking at that and I said, oh no, I can't have this. So this is why I'm telling y'all this. I'm not trying to go on to something that's creeping people out, but you have to be careful with the company that you keep. If you want to go up in life, stay around people who are doing the same thing. Stay around people who are moving. Even if you're not in a place that you want to be at, get into alignment with people who want to go in that way. Go into the direction that you want to go in. If you want to be a golfer, don't hang around people who don't want to golf. You know, don't hang around people. That was the other thing. You know, with this person, I was trying to motivate them like, okay, well, since you're around me and you want to be around me so much, you have to move because you can't stay stuck. It's going to feel resentment because I need to do something and you're trying to lay over instead of moving. So I tried to at least guide this person because it seemed like they didn't have too much of a direction. But in reality, they never wanted to move. You know, and you can't do that because you're forcing somebody's will. And you're giving off your will. If you stay around this person, this is what I was catching on to myself. You're giving off your will to that other person. When you don't respond, now you're not forcing to make them to try to get them to move. You're still trying to bridge things and make things happen and make it right because you're trying to make the scenario fit you instead of going into the scenario that's best for you. Leave. Let it be a hole so God can fill it up. Let it be a hole. Move away from them people. Stay away from them people. Put blockages in their way, you know. Make it to where, yes, a hole where the space is available, but you got to make sure that you're creating that space for the necessary things to grow. For the necessary things to grow. Okay? And so, yeah. Keep that in mind. And I wouldn't be saying this if I didn't see it for myself and saw the benefits of being away from people and the benefits of being close to people and the benefits of being next. I would not. But I've seen it. You know, I've seen it. So. Is that? No, it's not that. It's this one. Is it this one? The main gate. The main gate. Reserved for security. Okay, whatever. But yeah, be careful with the company that you keep. When they say you're gonna be the next person in this and that, align yourself with the right people. Align yourself with champions. Align yourself. People will talk all crazy, but like I said, the proof is in the pudding. Align yourself with the right people. Align yourself. You gotta let them go. I don't give a care who it is now because that stuff spiritually is affecting my life. When I saw everything cluttered around me, I said, oh, hell no. I won't go. Hell no. Okay? And that's the same way you gotta be with this stuff. This is the same way you gotta be with this stuff. Like, no. No. Okay. I think that's about it. I'm gonna get off of here because I'm gonna get off of here because I got stuff to do. So yeah, hopefully something I said or done will help you on your journey. Please stay tuned and journey to Jerusalem. Bye.